when I'm trying to solve a triangle, the thing I look to first is the angles. And what I notice here is that I have two angles. So finding the third one shouldn't be too difficult. I know there's 180 degrees in a triangle. I've already used 24 of them for angle A and 72 of them for angle C. So when I subtract them off, everything that's left should be angle B. So B is equal to 84, which means angle B is 84 degrees. Now let's move on to the sides. Now I don't have a right triangle, so we can't just use trig. But what I do have is a pair. I know angle 84 and side is 23. So we can use law of sines, which is going to say A over the sine of A is equal to B over the sine of B. So we go ahead and just start plugging things in. I don't know what side A is, but I do know that angle A is 24 degrees. I know side B is 23, and angle B is 84 degrees. That's enough to help me solve, because on the right-hand side, or the left-hand side, we just have to get rid of the denominator. So I'm going to multiply that across. And A is going to equal 23 sine of 24 degrees over the sine of 84 degrees. So you go ahead, take a second, calculate that, plug it into your calculator, make sure you're in degree mode, and we get 9.406. So the side length of A is 9.406. Now you might be tempted to go ahead and use a Pythagorean theorem, but remember, we do not have a right triangle, so we can't use a Pythagorean theorem. What we need to do is use law of sines again. This time use it with side C over the sine of C is equal to B over the sine of B. Once again, plug in everything that you know. I don't know what side C is, but I know that angle C is 72 degrees. Side B is 23. And the angle for B is 84 degrees. Once again, just multiply by the denominator to get C alone. And C is going to be 23 sine of 72 degrees over the sine of 84 degrees. Take a second to calculate that, and we get 21.994. So the side length is 21.994. Before you leave this problem, check to make sure your answers make sense. Look at the smallest angle and make sure that it is paired with the smallest side. Then go to the biggest angle and make sure that it's paired with the biggest side. If those two things are true, you probably did it right.